Hi there, and welcome back to another edition of Gray Hair and Tattoos. My name is Lonnie, and today I am going to show you how I break in my difficult pairs of Doc Martens. Now, you're probably wondering, like, Lonnie, why are you in the kitchen? Well, this is where I break them in, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So before I go into it and I show you how to break them in, I'm going to give you a quick disclaimer that I only recommend this method on the leather ones. If you have vegan or if you have patent leather, I don't recommend it just because the leather is different and I don't want you to damage your boot. So without further ado, let's break in a pair of Doc Martens. Okay, so how I start off is I just get my Doc Martens that I'm going to be breaking in. Again, I'm using my white Jaden platform boots. Absolutely love them. I just couldn't wear them for long periods of time. So you just need freezer bags and a pair of Doc Martens. So what I do is I take one freezer bag and you put your hand in there and you get to the very tip of the corner and you want to put your hand all the way into the boot so that the tips of your fingers are at the toe of your boot, because you want the bag to basically, once it has water, you want it to resemble the size of your foot. So you put that all the way to the tip of your tip of your boot. And what I came across is like, okay, well, my hand is stuck in my boot. How do I get my hand out? So I've learned this little trick where once your finger is at the end of your boot, you just kind of slowly inch your way out, because if you come back out too fast, the bag's just going to follow your hand right back out. So you put the bag in to the tip and you slowly just kind of tiptoe your hand out of the bag and out of your boot, so that way it's completely covering the inside of your boot. So I did that on the first one, got it all set. I always keep it tied and I always zip up my boot, because again, I want it to resemble my foot, my leg. So then you move on to the next one and you do the same thing. And then once both of the bags are in and zipped up, it almost has like a funnel-like appearance. So on to putting the water in. So you basically, again, your boots look like they have little funnels sticking out of the top, and I just slowly put water into the bag. Now you can feel your boots getting heavier and you just know that the water is going in there. And then once it starts coming up to the very top to where I can see the water, I'll kind of move it around, adjust the bag a little bit, because I want to put in as much water as I can to, again, giving it the maximum stretching that you're going to get out of this tip. So you fill the water all the way up to the top, move it around a little bit, and set it aside. Again, same thing for the second boot, had the little funnel, filled it full of water. Once it gets to the top, move it around a little bit, and then you move on to your next step. So your next step is basically, again, I seal the freezer bags. And I do that just because I don't want anything spilling out. Again, I'm trying to keep my Doc Martens in good condition. I'm just trying to stretch out the leather. So I zip each one of them, making sure that the water is in there secure. Again, I check for leaks, make sure everything is good. And I'm really surprised at how much water these boots will hold and how heavy they will feel. But I know that I have the maximum amount of water in there, so I am going to get the maximum stretch. So off to the freezer. So what I do is, I just move my stuff around until I have a little spot open to put my Doc Martens in, and I put them directly into my freezer. I set them there. I wait 3 days. Now, you don't have to wait 3 days. You can wait any amount of time you want, but you want to make sure that that water in there is frozen solid, and you want to give it time to stretch. Day 3, you can take your boots out of the freezer and they're going to be frozen solid. I mean, I have yet to be able to get that frozen foot out of my boot immediately. And the reason I remove my ice foot as soon as possible is because you're going to start getting that condensation of the melting ice. And I just want to remove it as soon as possible, again, to try to keep my integrity and the condition of my Doc Martens as good as possible. I get my little ice foot out. I check again for the integrity of the boot. I make sure that there's no water condensation on the inside. I dry off the outside. I dry off the inside. I give it a nice little Wonder Balm kind of little polishing, and I put them on. And every time I put them on, I'm absolutely amazed at the difference of how they feel. The leather is instantly softer, and I absolutely can feel the difference. I can feel the difference each and every time that I have done this to my Doc Martens. So there you go, folks. There is my trick for breaking in a pair of Doc Marten boots. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and as always, if you have, please hit that like button. Now, if you'd like to stick around and see what I talk about next, whether it's fashion or tattoos, by all means, hit that subscribe button. Now, if you'd like to hang out with me on a daily basis, because you're like, hey, she's pretty cool, you can hit any of the social media buttons down below. I have Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Spotify, Twitter, Facebook. You name it, you can find me as Gray Hair and Tattoos on all of my social media platforms. Now, if you'd like to stick around and listen to me and my sons talk about life, you can click on our podcast link below. We're in Trouble Now is on iTunes, Spotify, and if you can't find us if you don't have Spotify or iTunes, click on the link below and you can find a link that you can hear it. So as always, I hope you remember to tell yourself something kind. I will see you on the next episode, and until then,